Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. We are Dr. Dondi and Marcy Nettles. We are your hosts tonight. We've got some great information to share with you. And did you know this is the first Monday of the new year?
Woo-hoo!
Thank goodness.
We kicked 2020.
Oh my! I would say we kicked 2020 where the sun don't shine.
Yeah.
If I could have had it my way, that's what we would have done, because it's like good riddance. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya ever again. But welcome to 2021, everybody, and welcome to the hashtag TFR Motivation Monday Zoom. Before we get into the details and introduce to you our special guest tonight, why don't we tell them about this YouTube channel we got going on?
I certainly will. And by the way, guys, this YouTube channel has been up and running for quite a while. So it's got quite the plethora of tools for you to be able to go and use, resources for you in educating yourself, building your belief, and even answering questions of your prospects. So you can actually go to Team Freedom Reigns on YouTube. You can subscribe and ding the bell to make sure that you get notifications every single time that we upload new content. Okay. As a matter of fact, I want you guys to let me know in the comment section, whether you're on Facebook or you're here on Zoom, put a 1 in the comment section if you are already subscribed. Okay. And if you are not, you got to do it after the call tonight. Okay. Great tool for you.
And if you know how many points the word plethora is in Scrabble, put that in the comments below. That was impressive, Marcy. Thank you. And how did we end up the year of 2020 with the December pool party flip the switch business promotion? It was the most cash rich business promotion we've ever done in the history of LifeVantage. And look at those 4 amazing people who jumped into the pool, and some of them over and over and over again. So congratulations to Sandy LaBelle, Renali Somasira, Marjorie Hammond, Eduardo Dilly. You guys are crazy, amazing rock stars. Thank you so much for all that you did to build your businesses. And what did you have to do to get one share?
To get one share, it was 500 in new personal volume that you brought into your business with at least 5 new accounts into your organization. So congratulations to you guys. You kept working over the holidays. Woo! Yes. Way to go. Way to go. So good. And then now that we're in 2021, now that we've officially tipped that block over on 2020, have you made your goals? Right? We don't want to say resolutions, because resolutions, is it January 20th or January 17th?
January 17th.
Yeah.
The most unfortunate day of the year, actually. Yeah, and if you're not aware of what January 17th is, it is every year, January 17th is Ditch New Year's Resolutions Day. Because most people who make New Year's resolutions, who don't write them down, which is a very, very important part of goal setting and New Year's resolutions, by the 17th, they haven't met them. So it's easier to just dismiss them and have a national holiday, ditch New Year's Resolutions Day, than it is to face the reality that you're not on track to meet your goals. But what happened? It's 16 days into the new year. By the 17th day, most people have given up. So don't let that be you. And the best way to ensure that, and Harvard Business Review came out with a study on this, that only 3% of people who make goals actually write them down. Only 3%. But get this, those 3% who write their goals, number one, make goals. Most people don't even make goals. But for those who make goals and write them down, the 3% who write them down make 97% of all the income. That's not by accident. So make your goals, write them down. And the other part is read them every day so that by the 17th of January, you're crushing your goals, not dismissing them and participating in Ditch New Year's Resolutions Day, because it's not for winners.
Yeah. And I'd really love to see from you guys in the comments, Facebook or here on Zoom, what is your top goal for 2021? Right? If you've done it, and if you haven't done them yet, what is something that would just pop into your mind right now that you'd like to accomplish in 2021? Please share that with us, because, making declarations around your goals is really important too. It's like, I've got some fitness goals. I want to lose 10 to 15 pounds, 10 pounds for sure by the time I hit my 50th birthday in March. And then also we've made some really significant goals around contributions this year. So we've got them all written down, but for our contributions, we like to have fun with it. And part of having fun with it is actually contributing and yet being anonymous. So that's a great way. That's part of what we've got going on. So we'd love to hear from you guys. What's your top goal for 2021? And if you haven't made goals yet, what's something that pops into your head right now that you'd like to accomplish this year?
Yeah, look up SMART goals on Google and you'll see SMART is an acronym, but it's a great way to do it. Make your goals, write them down, look up SMART goals. It'll serve you well.
And you can utilize this amazing tool for your goals for your business. Okay. So we talk about the monthly marketing playbooks every week because it is that important. We want to keep it in front of your face so you know what you can find there. Okay. You can find everything there resource wise for building your business, sharing information with other people, knowing what is the product of the month, product focus, which in January is Protandim NRF2. And you can even find amazing resources like, do you remember those cool 777 calls that they did over the holidays with the 7-figure earners sharing the 7 reasons why they chose LifeVantage? Well, the first 4 of those are available in the monthly marketing playbook now. So it's a really great tool to use as introduction to team or just building belief in people actually being successful in this business opportunity.
You know what else is available in the monthly marketing playbook? A plethora of information.
Plethora.
Yeah.
Now he's making fun of me. Plus, there's all of the information on the promos that are going on. And this one right here, do you want to share on this? Or...
Unbelievable. The first one, the Healthy Restart Bundle, which if you were on the Success Mastery this past weekend, you heard what Dr. Dixon said about prebiotic. He thinks it's the most important part of the microbiome system that we have to offer. But the Healthy Restart Bundle comes with ProBio, NRF2, and prebiotic. Pretty amazing stack there, amazing bundle for $110.97 US.
Yeah, and look at this. They did something kind of fun with the 2021 theme, right? So you're saving $21 off of each one of these bundles. So the Fit Body Foundation bundle, this one has got Physique Fat Burn, which I love the citrine fat burn. It is so amazing. It actually targets the visceral fat. So it's the more difficult fat. And it's actually the fat that causes the most health issues.
Yeah. And it's not a thermogenic either. So it doesn't cause you to get all wigged out.
Right? All jittery, all crazy. But it also has Protandim NRF2 and Protandim NAD in this bundle, along with our Physique vanilla flavored whey protein powder. So this is also a $21 savings. Now, you know, guys, gut health is so important. And so many people, I would say this is probably the #1 goal that people set at the beginning of the year is to be in better health and better shape in the new year, right? And this is a way that you can actually help people supplement the activities that they're going to be adding into their life, because that's something else that was mentioned is that exercise is vital, as well as making sure that you make smart decisions in the things that you put into your mouth for your fuel. Okay. So amazing, amazing.
I like how you kind of did a little voice inflection. That was good.
I almost said you're welcome, but there you go.
Oh my gosh, this Flip the Business Switch opportunity overview, which is tomorrow, every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We have Amber White and Peyton Tim sharing their amazing stories. You definitely want to tune into this. Get prospects on this as well. It's a great recruiting tool to hear real life stories of real life people crushing a real life business.
Yep. Every Tuesday night, guys. This is a great one to use. And then this coming Wednesday, I'm sure that you've probably seen the emails around this. LifeVantage actually sent an email out a couple weeks ago. Save the date. We didn't even know what time, right? It's that important. They wanted you to be aware. So this Wednesday, and it is actually at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Okay. So figure it out what your local time is, but 2 p.m. Mountain Time, you want to make sure that you are in the official LifeVantage distributor Facebook page. If you have not been added in there yet, or haven't added yourself in there yet, you've got to go and do it now so that they have the chance to approve you, because it's only LifeVantage distributors in there, because you want to make sure that you're on there live. We don't even have a clue as to what it is that they're rolling out, but they're making a really big deal about this. We actually have an elite call right before, and so they're keeping it a secret from everybody. That's how big it is. LifeVantage has gotten really good at this, you know, keeping secrets and getting people, you know, that whisper campaign, getting excited around it. So Wednesday, January 6th, 2 p.m. Mountain Time.
Every Saturday since March. Corporate has been just absolutely going out of their way, over the top, exceeding all their expectations, or all of our expectations, with this thing called Success Mastery, where they just bring in unbelievable proven leaders from the field in to talk about products, talk about skills, talk about a call to action, the success stories that they've had to inspire, empower, and give everybody permission to go repeat what they've already done. Because that's the one thing that it kind of comes back to that Roger Bannister thing. Once somebody has done it that you can relate to, that they're just a regular person, they put their jeans on just like you do, one leg at a time, then it gives people permission to go be successful. And that's exactly what corporate has done since March, and they've crushed it every single week.
And the reason why we put this up here as calendar your success is because if you don't put this into your calendar as part of your success plan, you're technically shooting yourself in the foot. This is an amazing tool. And if you truly want your goals to come true in 2021, this is one of the things that you must do. Okay, must do it. And then we have cut back the live opportunity presentations that we are doing ourselves for LVOs to just one a week. Okay, because what we want to do is we want to make sure that you're focusing on the Tuesday night LifeVantage Flip the Business Switch opportunity overview, as well as utilizing the 23-minute Learn More video that the company has put out. That's a phenomenal video. So make sure that you're utilizing that. And then on Saturdays, we will be bringing a live presentation at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. And then we're freeing up our time because we are getting out there and we are enrolling new people ourselves. And so we want to make sure that we have the availability to be able to do live presentations for them, which is exactly what each one of you should be doing for your new people. Launch them with a live opportunity presentation and then teach them that using the ITT system with the tools the company has provided means that they can be in business 24/7, 365, right? So one a week now, Saturdays, 2 p.m. Mountain Time.
Yes. Can I intro?
Yep. You can start that and then I'll read this.
About a month and a half ago, Marcy came up while she had a plethora of information floating around through her head. She came up with this amazing idea. Is that we try to bring on proven field leaders onto the call to inspire you. But what she was bringing to my attention is sometimes people can be so far along in the rank advancing schedule that people can be inspired by them, but they're too far ahead to be relatable. And so she said, why don't we profile up and coming leaders that are in the trenches every single day, who know exactly what's happening, but maybe haven't hit the elite ranks yet? Because here's really the scenario in network marketing. Our elite ranks, or the equivalent of elite ranks throughout the entire profession of network marketing, literally less than 5% of network marketers will ever achieve that rank. So it's kind of omitting 95% of the population of network marketers. Well, when we can scale that back and have proven leaders that appeal to 95% of the field, that's a grand slam. So great idea. This is our third installment of that. We are going all the way to the Big Apple, New York City, to profile Pro 3 Meryl Sher and listen to her amazing story. So Meryl, please join us.
Well, and I'm going to read this first too, before we turn it over.
So listen to this.
Because she has lived her life so well that we want to make sure that we cover as much of this as possible so you know exactly who's talking to you and the experience she's drawing on, okay? So dramatic soprano Meryl Sher made her professional debut singing the role of Violetta in La Traviata at the International Opera Festival in Acapulco, Mexico. A graduate of Oberlin College and Juilliard School of Music's pre-college division, where she was awarded a scholarship for musical excellence. Meryl started taking lessons at 12 years old.
Wow.
Since that time, has performed approximately 20 leading roles. She has also won competitions and awards over the years. Prior to the pandemic, Meryl enjoyed performing at nursing homes and senior centers as a volunteer and recently raised over $20,000 for a children's charity through one of the concerts she produced. She's now preparing a program of not opera, songs you love to hear, for when it's possible to perform live in New York City. While pursuing her operatic career, Meryl was an executive assistant for over 40 years, working with C-level management. She founded and ran a not-for-profit to empower women. Meryl has had many side gigs, such as a plus-size model and healer, and has been a life coach for many years to make a difference for others and encouraging them to pursue their passions. As a new Pro 3,
Yeah.
LifeVantage came into Meryl's life just over 2 years ago, and she is committed to sharing with others the possibility of what the combination of this amazing company, products, science, and team can provide for people's health and wealth in the future. So that's just a little bit about this amazing, amazing woman that is going to be sharing her heart with you guys tonight and her experience. So Meryl, we are so glad that you are here with us, and we would just love for you to kind of continue on with your story about, you know, where Meryl came on and how you made this connection with LifeVantage.
Thank you, guys. Oh my God, I'm just so honored that you invited me. I just, when you said that you wanted me to do this, I was blown away. And all I want to do is make a difference for people. I want to be here so that people can hear something for themselves in their lives, that maybe something I say along the way will make a difference for them. And wow, to kick off the new year, I'm like, 2021 is, I'm so excited for the new year, right? So I want to talk a little bit about why LifeVantage. You know, somebody who I really honor and respect, Cynthia Greenewalt, came to me. We met at a seminar, and she shared this with me. And I immediately leaned in and I went, oh, wow, that sounds really amazing. And why was I so interested? Well, part of it is about the health. All right. I've had a lot of health issues in my life. And back in 2015, I went to a bunch of doctors. Nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. And I couldn't move. A year and a half of excruciating pain in my joints, in my body. It was all over the place. And not one doctor could figure it out. So I ended up going with someone who was a naturopath, homeopath, and she knew right away. And within a month, I was better. I was like, whoa. So my listening, I grew up in a medical environment. My dad was a doctor. And if I hadn't been an opera singer, I was going to be a doctor. That was what it was going to be. So I've always had this curiosity about medicine and science. So I heard that right away. So having had the experience of natural compounds and herbs, I then started listening more keenly. And then when I saw the compensation plan and what was possible, not only for me, look, I had a great job as an executive assistant. I made a great salary, and I always wanted to participate, like go to the theater. I'm in New York City. You know, I wanted to go to more theater and travel more and just love life, right? And I saw this as a vehicle for me to have some leveraged income over time. But really I thought, gee, who could I make a difference for? Who in my life could do this so that they could have that for themselves? So after that, I tore my rotator cuff. I fell down, dislocated my shoulder, and literally out, and I fell down, walking to the bus stop, fell down. And so I tore the rotator cuff and the bicep tendon. And I went to physical therapy 18 months after that. And I still could not do, so I used to do ballroom dancing, you know, and you have to kind of keep your body up, you have to keep your posture and your arm up all the time. And I couldn't do that, couldn't do my Pilates. And then November of 18, Cynthia comes to me, and I immediately started on the product, the Vitality Stack at the time. And within 5 months, I went back to the orthopedist, and she was like, what did you do? You couldn't put your arm over your head. You know, she had to put my arm over my head. And, you know, I did share with her, I share all the time. But what happened was, now in the pandemic, I'm in my apartment in New York, and my sister's in Colorado. And I said, would you dance with me and exercise with me? You know, so we've been doing it like 4 or 5 times a week. And now I have absolute amazing movement, mobility, and I can literally be exercising between 30 and 45 minutes with no stopping, you know, literally. And I'm crystal clear. And you guys, I'm 65. I just turned 65 this past month. And I have more energy. And people say to me, how are you on Zoom 10 hours a day? You know, how do you do that? How do you be on all these courses and do all these things? I have so much energy. I feel younger than I've had in years. Even on my birthday party, people ask me, you know, where do you have aches and pains? And I said, well, I don't. You know, I just feel so great. Anyway, so I'm really clear that this is what's up. I am committed and passionate about sharing this company and the vision, and everything about it is a win-win.
Agreed.
Seriously.
We agree 100%, Meryl, but I absolutely love you just you putting your arms up and going, and by the way, I'm 65.
And check out that.
Muscle.
Not bad for 65, right? That's a little muscle. Look at the tricep. Hey, I'm a happy camper.
So I can just imagine everybody that's on right now, whether it's on Zoom or it's on Facebook, is like, if you did one of these, put that emoji in the comment section, because I want to see all these when you heard that she's 65, right? Because it's amazing. It's amazing. But this is what taking care of yourself, making good choices, all of that kind of thing, and using the right products can really do for you, right? So Meryl, I see your excitement now, and I know your passion, you know, and we've known you along this whole journey with LifeVantage. So I have, you know, a question around who exactly did Meryl show up as when you first got started with LifeVantage? Were you this all in when you first got started?
Well, okay. So right at the beginning, you know, I had a full-time job, right? And I literally lost my job in March of 19, right? So retired, none. I didn't go back to full-time work. I was really gung-ho because I was so impressed with the science and the company. And but here's the thing, you guys, I did it my way. It's like, oh, I'm good at this. I'm good at so many things. I can do this. I can do it by myself. I can make this totally, right? Yeah, no, that did not work so well. But I was gung-ho. And you guys, you led my launch here in my little apartment in New York. I was so honored, and it was fabulous. The place was packed, you know, people sitting on the floor. It was amazing. What happened was I was really not, I didn't do the system. I didn't, you know, I signed up distributors, but then they didn't do anything because it was all about doing it my way, and they weren't doing it my way. And people signed up more because they respected me, and they knew that I wouldn't do something that wasn't proven, that wasn't, you know, backed by the science. And they knew my history of my wellness, right? So, but I didn't duplicate, and I didn't follow the system, but I did keep using the products, and I kept seeing my own results. So I wasn't consistent, very clearly not consistent, but I did share.
Yes, you did. You were sharing constantly,
Yes.
constantly. But I know that we had a couple different conversations at points over the path that we've been on, right? To where you were like, I just don't know that this is going to work for me. I think that I might be done. I remember those conversations with you because you were getting so frustrated, right?
It's very true. And I remember that conversation because I just was like disheartened and frustrated because I was sharing all the time, but I there was no inroad. I wasn't seeing the expansion. I wasn't seeing that my passion was translating to other people so that they could have it. And so that's kind of what happened at the beginning.
Yeah. So and the reason why I brought that up is not to be a downer or to share any, ghosts in the closet or anything like that, but because so many people experience that same thing, that I think it's really important for people to know that they're not alone in having those experiences or times in this journey. And so just because the rest of your story that you're going to be sharing is going to show them, it's like, okay, I just need to do this and this, and I'm going to be so good, right? So 2020 has been was such a challenging year for so many people. So could you share with us what you really kind of learned through 2020 about yourself and how to work better in LifeVantage for greater success?
Great. Such a great question. So I'm clear that I am very resilient and I am very powerful. I am a leader. Affirmations. I am, I am a Pro 10, right? So I read a book called Letting Go for No. The Go for No book was really important because it let me just let go, keep going for the no, keep going for the no because the yes will show up, right? So many great books. Go Pro, great pro, Eric Worre. I'm really committed to making a difference for others, but I'm not attached. So I started noticing I kept going to the same people over and over again because I wanted them to do it. I wanted them to have this, right? I share with everybody. I'm really passionate about it. I share my story and so here are some of the things that I do. So I always have a calendar. You already talked about putting it in your calendar. So I have a flat calendar so I could see everything. And I put everything in the calendar. I also have an online calendar too, to accept meeting planners and send meeting planners out. And structures and systems are really important. And LifeVantage has such a great system. So I started doing ITT, and I really realized that, if I use the team, the way it's structured, the way it's designed, like my upline and you guys included, obviously, are there for me and the team. They're so available. They're so committed. And I see that. So it's all about connecting with the team and upline and being on the events, go to the trainings and the events. And I'm someone that people already know to be reliable and responsible. Like I have a high level of integrity, but there's always another level. There's always a place like I see that I can upgrade that, up level my own integrity. And I hold myself to very high standards. So that's pretty important. Self-care. Really important that we take care of ourselves, that we get the sleep that we need, that we, really take our activators every day. I can't tell you how many people, oh, I forgot to take it. It was on my counter. I'm like, what? So, it's important to self-care, drink our water, have our Axio, do the things we know to do, right? We know what to do. So we just need to keep doing those things. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that I have the people in my life, that I have my health. And that's kind of what's important, health, family, friends. When you got that, you have everything, right? I also noticed that as soon as I started to enroll some more new distributors who had big goals, I had to be duplicatable so that they could duplicate me. Otherwise, they would do it their way too. So I started getting more in action this year, myself, sharing way more appointments, more sharing the ABC, sharing the flip, three-way, ITT all the way. I even have shared with people I shared 2 years ago, and they're hearing it different. Like my passion, my music has shifted. And now the people I shared with 2 years ago, all of a sudden are, oh, and, so it's a whole different picture. And yeah, and I've already said Cynthia and both of you, as well as Sarah and Chris Smith, just extraordinary. You guys are loving and generous and kind and just really there. I really appreciate you guys.
Well, it's very mutual, and I want to brag on you a little bit here, Meryl, because in the beginning you had a lot of passion going for you. That's never been, that has always been what you've led with, and you still do that. But what you learned when you were talking about when you were doing it your way and you weren't using the system, one thing I know, every single time that I get a request for a three-way call with you, I know two things for certain, absolutely for certain. When I get on and you do the introduction, you're going to do it incredibly. You're an incredible edifier. When you edify your prospect to me and me to your prospect, it is always top notch. And the person is always knowing exactly what to expect, and they have questions. And that from a resource, because we get calls from all over the place, and most people do something similar to that. But when it's not even a question, when it comes through, oh, Meryl needs a three-way call request, I know exactly it's going to be somebody who's powerful, somebody who understands. You've done a very, very good job of explaining to them, and they know exactly what they're in for. They just have questions. And I just needed to tell you, because you are a master at that. So thank you so much. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
You know, Meryl, I loved so many things that you said there. The identifying the go for no and not being attached. You know, that's something that you learned over 2020. And then I'm sitting here taking notes about everything you said, because it's all so good. The go for no, self-care.
Yes.
Because if you don't take care of yourself, if you show up not feeling good, people are going to feel it and they're not going to respond to you, right? It's all in the energy there. And then having gratitude around everything, having a grateful heart. First of all, you're going to be able to get through the difficult times easier when you're grateful. And it is going to also bleed out onto other people, right? People appreciate grateful people. And then you recognized that you needed to be a duplicatable leader, which meant you had to get into action and really show your new team, which, by the way, we've got Jennifer on here. Jen's on here right now. And she said, so glad you did not stop, or I would not be here. Meryl, that's what this is all about. I mean, seriously, I mean, think about if you want to look at it at a bigger scale here, this is who you will be in just a couple of years, is Don D. If he had said no, not one of us would be here.
That's incredible to think about.
Right? Not to mention that if he had said no, I could have potentially had my 5th suicide attempt and I truly wouldn't be here. That's the grand scale of what we have in our hands, is that we are here changing people's lives and saving people's lives. So thank you so much for the things that you realized and you learned in 2020. And so tell me now, Meryl, now that we're here in January of 2021, who is the new Meryl? Who are you showing up as now in your LifeVantage business and in your life overall?
Yeah. So I'm more grounded. I can bring play to something that was just so, I got to do this, you know, like I have a lightness about me that, you know, light and love, vital, energetic, positive. I listen more keenly, even when I don't want to. It's like, just don't give up. Just keep doing what you say you're going to do. Keep putting yourself out there. Keep asking for support. Really listening. I saw some show that said, talk less, smile more. Talk less, smile more. I just love that line. I have a big vision, and the vision is really for the planet and, you know, my team and the planet. Like, what does it look like for people to have this in their bodies, to have these activators, to have health and wealth? For me, health and wealth is freedom. Freedom. I am really passionate. I am looking to continue to inspire others. I've created more time in my calendar, which is really important because I do have a busy life, even though I'm retired. I have a busier life than I ever did. Going to a 9-to-5 job or whatever and doing all the other things is very different than creating your life. And you could go from whatever time in the morning to, you know, I'm generally up till 1 a.m. or something, and still going like this, by the way. Anyway, I see that this year is going to be a big year, and I see the opportunities for speaking more. I see the opportunities for motivating, inspiring. I love being with people. We will be together again. and, in front of the room, inspiring people. And I'm going to be walking the stage end of the year, Pro 7. Big game. It's a big game. It's a big vision,
Yeah.
right? And we can all play big, right? Create the big vision. And my team will be with me.
Amen.
Walking the stage. I have people playing for Pro 7 for this year.
Yeah.
Right? So just don't give up. Keep playing, keep sharing, be passionate about what you love, be passionate about life, and connect with people. Connect. I've been connecting with so many people during the pandemic, and a lot of my calendar is talking with the people in my life, even people who I haven't seen in decades, all of a sudden are showing up, and yeah, so that's kind of what I see right now for now and this coming year.
I love it. And I love it so much because you actually just answered the last question I was going to ask you too, is where you're going to be. Where do you see yourself standing, at the end of December, 25th.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is a great time to hit 7, right?
Or it could be actually my 66th birthday.
Yes. No, I love that. And I love your vision and I love your heart. I'm sitting here, I have this urge to say, sing for us, Meryl. Sing.
No, I knew you were going to do that. No.
There's something I absolutely have to share with everyone. Just a couple weeks ago, like you said, you celebrated your 65th birthday, and you had a birthday party online via Zoom. And we were invited to it, and this was one of the coolest things I've ever seen happen, and it was completely organic. There was probably 40 to 50 people on there. I mean, it was 5 wide, 5 deep, 2 different screens, and this one lady, and there was your siblings on there, your uncle was on there, people that you had literally just met like a week before, and family members that have known you forever. But this lady, and she hadn't, it apparently seemed to me that she hadn't seen you in a while. And it was almost like this badge of honor thing that she wanted to bring you down into reality. And she goes, so Meryl, now that you're 65, what aches and pains do you have? And the vantage point that we had with all the screen is you're like, I don't have any. And watching her face get super deflated, but her eyes go big like saucers and like, what do you mean? And then we were watching all the different people. They were like, that was not the answer they were expecting. You go, but I have a secret. I have a secret. That was so perfect. I was like, oh my gosh, that was a golden moment. And it was something that she just asked this question. She was not expecting that answer for sure. Nobody was. Well, but you go, but I have a secret.
Yes. And you guys, you could take a lesson from Meryl on that too, because when she was asked that question, she didn't just throw up and vomit all over this whole 50 people, right? She was like, oh, I have a secret. A couple of people on here know about it. And if you'd like to know, we should talk.
Yeah.
Another time.
Perfect.
And it was just oh my gosh, it was absolutely perfect. But Meryl, is there anything else you want to share? But Meryl, we are so grateful to you. Thank you so much for saying yes. Because this was also a little bit of a step out. You were kind of surprised, but what a phenomenal job you did in sharing your journey so far. And we can't wait to see you December as a Pro 7 in 2021, because you absolutely will and can achieve that.
I just want to, with utmost gratitude, thank you for, number one, saying yes to LifeVantage, saying yes to yourself, and never giving up on yourself, even when it was frustrating. Because I remember that discussion that we had outside I just remember the orcas painted on the side of that tank in Southern California, when you were kind of just not even knowing whether or not you were going to ever come to another event. But thank God that you stayed. And watching the transition of you literally coming into your own as a network marketer. Sometimes you have to go through the no's to really put it in perspective, that it's not about the no's I'm receiving and how I feel about it. It's about the benefit that if I stick to this, the blessings that we can bring to the world. And you've experienced those, and you're just starting out on your trajectory. You're about to hit the premier ranks, but you're gaining some incredible skills, and you're bringing some wonderful wisdom and experience to this. So Meryl, just thank you for saying yes to LifeVantage. We're blessed and honored to watch your growth, and you're an amazing leader. Thank you so much.
Thank you both. Thank you. I mean, you're always so available, so generous. You know, I get your love. I get your commitment. I really get who you are for me and for everyone. I know you're like this with everyone, and we are so lucky to have you.
Wow.
Likewise.
Okay,
It's a blessing
we
for
need
us.
to end
Thank
this
you.
call before I cry.
I have been on and off, and I'm leaking again.
Everybody that hopped on here to
Yes, thank
witness
you all.
this amazing story of Meryl and the beginning of her journey, because you're just getting started in the people that you're going to touch and serve in this opportunity. And you know, everybody that's on Facebook, everybody that's on Zoom, don't forget, go and subscribe, Team Freedom Reigns on YouTube, and tell everybody else to do the same thing. But thank you again, Meryl. We will be doing these highlight calls the first and third Monday of each month. So you guys can count on that. And if you're part of Team Freedom Reigns, get looking forward to the phone call of us asking you to be one of the rock stars that we're highlighting. So thanks guys for being here with us.
Thank you, Meryl. You're amazing.
Love you. Thank you.
Bye-bye. God bless.